What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here as always on the Casa D18 Studios channel. I, of course, am your host, the Renegade JJ Williams. Happy Monday. And today we're going to continue going through our 31 Days of Disney, and we're going to take a look at The Hunchback of Notre Dame 2, featuring the voice talents of Tom Hulce, Demi Moore, Kevin Kline, Haley Joel Osment, Jennifer Love Hewitt, Michael McKean, Jason Alexander, Charles Kimbrough, Jane Withers, Jim Cummings, and Frank Welker. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here once again for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. As I said in the introduction, it's Monday, so happy Monday. And today we're going to continue going through our 31 Days of Disney as we continue to try to wrap up the Snow White lineage from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs in 1937 all the way to last year in Strange World. And today we're going to discuss The Hunchback of Notre Dame 2. And our movie opens some years after the events of the original film. Captain Phoebus serves as Paris's captain of the guard under the new Minister of Justice, while he and Esmeralda are now married and have a son named Zephyr. Quasimodo is now an accepted member of society, though he still lives in the Notre Dame de Paris with his gargoyle friends, Victor, Hugo, and Laverne, as the cathedral's bell ringer. Meanwhile, a circus troupe, led by Sarouche, enters town as part of Le Jour d'Amour, the Day of Love, a day that is dedicated to the celebration of song and pure romantic love. Now, Sarouche is secretly a master criminal who plans to steal Notre Dame's most beloved bell, La Fidèle, the inside of which is decorated with beigeish gold and enormous jewels. He sends Madeline, an aspiring trapeze girl in his troupe, to go to Quasimodo and pretend to love him in order to discover the whereabouts of La Fidèle. Madeline encounters Quasimodo without seeing his face, and the two of them initially get along quite well. Once Madeline sees his face, though, she is shocked at his deformed appearance and runs away from him. The gargoyles then convince Quasimodo to go to the circus in order to see her once again. At the circus, Sarouche captures the audience's attention by making an elephant disappear, while his associates steal from the crowd. He pressures Madeline to follow Quasimodo and obtain the information that he needs in order to carry out his plans. When Madeline disagrees with this mission, Sarouche reminds her of her past and of the loyalty that she owes him. You see, when she was 6 years old, Madeline was an orphaned thief who was caught trying to steal coins from Sarouche. He could have turned her over to the authorities or even Judge Claude Frollo, but instead, Sarouche took her under his wing and decided to employ her within his circus. Madeline then reluctantly takes on the mission in order to win Quasimodo's trust. After observing Quasimodo fondly playing with Zephyr around town and letting the boy sleep in his arms, Madeline realizes the hunchback's true nature and ceases to be frightened by his appearance. Quasimodo then takes her sightseeing around Paris until a thunderstorm and the rain force them to end their date and return to Notre Dame. Quasimodo then takes the opportunity to offer Madeline a gift, a figurine in her own image, which he himself hand carved. A sincerely touched Madeline kisses him on the forehead and then leaves. Quasimodo soon realizes that he has fallen in love with her. Meanwhile, Phoebus is investigating the reports about robberies within his city. He suspects that the circus is responsible for the crime spree, and he confides to his family and his friends. But Esmeralda expresses her belief that Phoebus is motivated by his own prejudice against the circus. Elsewhere, Sarouche instructs Madeline to keep Quasimodo preoccupied while the circus steals La Fidèle. However, Madeline has come to genuinely care for Quasimodo, and she protests. So Sarouche threatens to have Quasimodo killed if she refuses. Phoebus eventually questions Sarouche about the robberies and finds a stolen jewel in Sarouche's possession. In order to avoid being arrested, Sarouche claims that Madeline is a lifelong thief and that he is covering for her crimes, and Phoebus believes him. Later on, while Quasimodo is out with Madeline, Sarouche and two of his subordinates sneak into the cathedral and steal La Fidèle, although they are followed by Jolly and Zephyr, the latter of whom wanted to join the circus himself. The gargoyles try to stop the thieves, but they end up trapped under another bell. Laverne sounds the bell and alerts everyone that something is amiss at the cathedral. Hearing the sound, Quasimodo and Madeline rush back. When the archdeacon informs everyone that La Fidèle has been stolen, Clopin claims that if they don't find the bell, the festival will be ruined. Phoebus then realizes that Sarouche has been playing him for a fool. He sends the soldiers all over Paris in order to find Sarouche. Quasimodo realizes that his beloved Madeline has deceived him, despite her pleas that she did not intend to, and he angrily breaks off their relationship. He retreats deeper into the cathedral, feeling heartbroken and betrayed. Phoebus has his guards arrest Madeline for her involvement within the theft. The gargoyles soon inform Quasimodo that Zephyr has left in order to pursue Sarouche. He passes the information on to Esmeralda and Phoebus, who now have personal reasons to locate the master criminal. Madeline, now a prisoner of Phoebus, apologizes for her crimes and informs them that Sarouche has taken the bell to the catacombs of Paris, and she tries to explain the secrets behind her former master's tricks and illusions. Phoebus decides to search around the catacombs and reluctantly brings Madeline after Esmeralda convinces him that she could change. In the catacombs, the search party encounter Esmeralda's pet goat, Jolly, who leads them to Sarouche and Zephyr. Sarouche has taken the boy hostage and blackmails Phoebus into opening a gate in order to allow him to escape. Madeline pleads with Quasimodo to release her, promising to make up for her crimes. After he does, she uses her high wire skills to rescue Zephyr and reunite him with his parents. Now, with no leverage left against his pursuers, Sarouche and his group of criminals are arrested and the missing bell is recovered. The festival can finally take place, and Hugo finally wins the heart of Jolly, his longtime crush. A number of romantic couples, including Phoebus and Esmeralda, proclaim their love for one another, while Quasimodo rings the now restored La Fidèle. The bell falls silent when a released Madeline joins Quasimodo in the bell tower. The two of them admit their own love for each other and share their first romantic kiss, while Zephyr takes over reigning La Fidèle as our movie comes to its close. I thought this was a cute little sequel to the Hunchback of Notre Dame film that Disney released in the mid 90s. And keep in mind and remember that I didn't see Disney's original Hunchback of Notre Dame when it came out. I was in my I'm too cool for Disney cartoon movies phase. I saw it much later in life. I want to say within the last 10 to 15 years, I saw Disney's Hunchback of Notre Dame for the first time and enjoyed it. This was my first time seeing the sequel. And again, I enjoyed it. I kind of wish that when I watched the original Disney Hunchback for the first time, that I had watched this. But I was still on my direct to VHS DVD Disney sequel hatred at that point in time. And ever since doing these reviews, and especially last year and this year, having to pipe in some of the direct to DVD, direct to VHS sequels to fill out the months, I've come to appreciate some of them. Now, there's still quite a few that have a bad rep or that I haven't seen yet or that I've seen and that are just hot garbage. This is not one of them. This is actually a pretty solid sequel. You figure the fact they've got Tom Hulce, Demi Moore, and Kevin Kline all back in your main characters of Quasimodo, Esmeralda, and Phoebus, respectively. That right there is a selling point. You've got the addition of Haley Joel Osment and Jennifer Love Hewitt as Zephyr and Madeline, respectively. You've got Michael McKean as your villain, Sarouche. I mean, it's just so well done. Now, there's a few voices that were changed, but for the most part, everything from the original came back for the sequel, and that's the sign that the original actors and actresses, whether voice roles or live action roles, believe in the sequel, is that they're willing to come back for it and not just going to be like, nah, just recast me. I don't care. It looks like it's garbage. The fact that they all came back is a huge sign that we've got something good here. And it was good. And I enjoyed it. And I'm definitely going to watch it again at some point. When I don't know, because I'm constantly watching new stuff to bring you guys reviews. But eventually I'm going to run out of material, or I'm going to just want to pop on a Disney movie. And maybe I'll actually throw this one on just a random thing. Maybe I'll do a double feature one day and watch both Hunchbacks back to back. Because it was a good movie. I enjoyed it. How much did I enjoy it? Well, for my rating, for the first time, I'm going to give it a solid 3.5 out of 5 stars. Definitely plenty of room to grow and improve. I I feel like I'm sounding like a broken record here, but I'm curious to know what you guys thought of the Hunchback of Notre Dame 2. Let me know. If you're watching the premiere, leave your thoughts and comments over here. And if you're watching on demand later in the day, leave your thoughts and comments down here. And let's have that conversation, that discussion, that debate, that interaction that I'm always asking you guys for in the comments below. And make sure you guys tune in tomorrow as it's another fully loaded day right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel with another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews as we continue our 31 days of Disney. And tomorrow we're going to be discussing Lilo and Stitch, featuring the voice talents of Chris Sanders, Davey Chase, Tia Carrere, Jason Scott Lee, David Ogden Stiers, Kevin McDonald, Veen Rames, and Kevin Michael Richardson. But it doesn't end there, as at the top of the following hour, it'll be time to once again open up the doors for Stat Boy Sports Bar featuring Dory Lou. The food is hot, the beer is ice cold, and the seats are warm, so pull yourself up a bar stool and engage in some professional sports conversation with your barkeeps, Stat Boy Mike and Dory Lou. And then later on in the evening, right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, the Jeff Meacham Network, and across the Jeff Meacham Network multiverse of media, it'll be time once again for the flagship show, Talk Wrestling with Jeff Meacham. 10:05 Eastern Time, immediately following WWE NXT for you East Coasters, which is 7:05 p.m. Pacific time, just before WWE NXT for us West Coasters. You don't want to miss out on what Jeff Meacham is going to discuss with you guys, the fans of the multiverse, tomorrow. You don't want to miss out on that. Right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, the Jeff Meacham Network, across the Jeff Meacham Network multiverse of media, Lilo and Stitch, Stat Boy Sports Bar featuring Dory Lou, Talk Wrestling with Jeff Meacham, and so much more to come this week and the rest of the month. Again, you don't want to miss any of it, so make sure you smash that like button, make sure you're subscribed, make sure that notification bell is turned on so you don't miss out anytime a video drops right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel or anytime we go live, as is the case with Stat Boy Sports Bar, Open Mic Night, pay-per-view PLE watch-along coverage, etc. Share these videos with your family, friends, loved ones, coworkers, movie fanatics, cinephiles in your life, fans of Disney movies, fans of the Hunchback of Notre Dame story, fans of Tom Hulce, or Demi Moore, or Kevin Kline, or Jason Alexander, or Michael McKean, Haley Joel Osment, Jennifer Love Hewitt, Jim Cummings, anybody you can think of that would enjoy this content in this video. Share it with them, as it's the only way we're going to keep my visibility up in YouTube's algorithms now that we in fact are a monetized channel right here on the platform. Thank you once again to everybody out there who joined me and tuned in this afternoon. It means so much more to me than you guys will ever know. And I will see you guys next time.
And now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.